And thank you, Commissioner Chris, for those concepts. I think it's really intriguing to include the independent contractors, so I'm very much on board with where you're going with that. Going back to the Palm Beach model, that's a model that has been shown to, number one, cost more, number two, produce less results, number three, to make it more difficult for people to go through the process, especially when they're indigent, and the possibility that they have to incur fees themselves, puts more burden on the court system versus a model that has been shown to gain 15 times more than the Palm Beach model, costs less, and actually really is less bureaucratic. So I'm helping you understand what it is about the Palm Beach model that you like.
Because I believe that those three concerns that you brought forward can be alleviated with tweaks. First of all, it is only burdensome on the court if you have to go into the court. The groundwork that could be done by a new agency within our governmental structure could also be done by a paralegal in Bay Area Legal Services or an assistant to a paralegal. So whether that person is housed in the county or housed in Bay Area Legal Service, they cost the same. They do the same work. So it doesn't necessarily have to go into the court system. That's number one. Number two, initially, the first year, it may be less expensive in the county than Bay Area Legal Services. But ongoing, I believe it will become more expensive as we add more FTEs, as we add more space, as we add more technology, as we add more infrastructure that we don't have in place. Where an agency like Bay Area Legal Services already has that infrastructure. So I believe that over a 36-month period of time, that will significantly flip, and that it would become much more expensive housed within the county than it would be housed within an agency that already has those services and infrastructure. It is also easier to tweak, advance, or tweak and reduce, but to make alterations when it's a contracted outside service than if we were to grow a new department with our huge existing structure.
Well, actually, I would say I think you have it flipped, because if you looked at and done the research, the Legal Aid Society that operates the Palm Beach model started at $100,000. They've just come forward and asked for $125,000, a 25% increase. The Miami-Dade model, their infrastructure and their costs have barely moved. So I don't think it's a more efficient model. And I think that the statistics have been shown here that it is not. So I'm very supportive of looking and exploring, including other classes of people. But it just befuddles me that you've been presented the evidence that the Miami-Dade model is less expensive, produces more results, is less bureaucratic than the Palm Beach model, and yet we're stuck on the Palm Beach model, most likely because of the influence of special lobbyists. And I just think that it's unacceptable. I've heard from here that this board wants to do something, but you're saying one thing and you're not taking an action in the other. So you're sending mixed messages to the people. If you really wanted to do something and you cared about these people, why would you adopt a model that is shown to be less effective? Why would you not adopt a model that is shown to recover more for the people that you say that you care about the most? I hope it is the people that you're passionate about and not the special lobbyists that have been lobbying for this Palm Beach model across the state. It's the people that you represent, Commissioner Chris, and all the other commissioners. And I hope and if it's truly about the people, I'm willing to tweak it. But why would you ever start with a model that is shown to be less effective than a model that is proof? I agree, we need to adopt something that is custom to us, and I'm okay with that, but we don't need to start with the reinvention of a wheel that is shown to be successful across the state. So for gosh sakes, let's start with something. Start with the Miami-Dade model, and per your direction, Commissioner Chris, let's explore the different areas of how we can make that to be the best model in Hillsborough County and throw the failures of Palm Beach County out the window today and let them be left to the special lobbyists who want to hurt the consumers and make sure that people are not put first and that it's politics above people. That needs to go. It needs to be about the people.
Commissioner Miller.
Let me ask staff a question. The conversation about the statute concerning the fact that if it goes to court, that whoever goes to court would have to pay costs. If we adopted something along the lines of the Palm Beach model, would that pertain to us?
Paul Johnson, County Attorney's Office. The way Palm Beach has handled theirs is that the vast majority of the people that come into them are indigent, and they take care of the court fees are waived. He said that a lot of times during the course of their representation, the person will find another job and they become non-indigent. In that case, they will pay the fees out of the legal aid trust fund and then seek to restore those funds when the case is settled. When a person comes in and is non-indigent at the time, they will do an initial consultation with them and a preliminary attempt to negotiate a settlement. If not, they will refer that person out to a pro bono attorney, and they would have to pay the legal fees, the court fees for filing the case.
Okay, let me ask another way. Is that a state statute? So what Mr. Chris said, we could opt out of that. Can we opt out of that? Is it a part of the state statute?
A note I made to ask our legal aid services when I contact them in regards to this is to find out if they can do that, if we can contract with them to handle all cases, or are they restricted legally on what they can handle.
And we would have to get the approval of the chief judge to make sure that if that happens, that they would have to, that would not be a legal cost if they are indigent. Am I right?
Yes.
Thank you.